So the governor is going to be holding a COVID-19 news event later on this afternoon, and he's also facing a whole slew of criticism from Republicans that are vying for the top spot there. And we've got even more Republicans jumping into that mix. It is the WMAY morning news feed. I'm Greg Bishop. Let's talk about the gubernatorial election a bit, and we'll also touch on some COVID-19 policy issues. And to do that here on WMAY, we're joined by State Representative Dan Caulkins. Representative, thanks for taking time with us. How you doing out there?
Doing great. Thank you, Greg. Good
Absolutely.
to be here.
So we'll get to some issues with COVID-19 and some of the things that at least I have questions about. I'm not sure if those questions will be addressed anytime soon at the legislature, but seems to be an ongoing issue of, are we going to have accountability? Are we going to have audits? Are we going to delve into some of these numbers? But first, let's start with, of course, the June primary coming up. We've got a lot of Republicans that are in the race right now. Before we talk about the candidates, do you want to make an announcement today? Are you running for re-election here for the Decatur area?
Yes, I made my announcement. I'm running in the new 88th House District. The gerrymandering drew a rather strange map around my house, and so it's now called the 88th. Currently represent the 101st. The new 88th is about 70% of my current 101st House District. Took out some of the communities, Maroa and Clinton, no longer Wapella, no longer in the 88th, but I pick up a nice chunk of McLean County around the west and east sides of Bloomington. Don't go into Bloomington normal self.
Okay, so that's out there now. Let's talk about the Republicans vying for the gubernatorial nomination. So yesterday, or actually Monday, we had the announcement from the Rockford mayor, Richard Irvin, and a colleague of yours in the Illinois House, State Representative Avery Bourne, is going to run as his lieutenant governor candidate. We've got now 7, 8 different Republicans vying for the job. Have you come out backing one of these, and who and why?
Well, I mean, I do support Senator Darren Bailey's campaign, not an active participant in it. I've got my own House race that I'm concerned with, and also actively involved in recruiting and promoting and getting more House members elected. We're trying very, very hard to increase our standing in the House. We're in the superminority. We certainly want out of the superminority, and we certainly would like to have 60 Republican House members to put us back in the majority. So that's really my focus.
When it comes to these candidates, though, why Darren Bailey over, say, Paul Schimpf, or over Jesse Sullivan, or over who apparently might have some big money backing from Ken Griffin, Aurora Mayor Richard Irvin?
Well, the interesting part about Richard Irvin getting into the race, we've kind of toyed, he's teased that out for the last several weeks. It's interesting. I guess the concern, I know Senator Bailey, I know Darren. He and I came into the House together at the same time. We've worked on issues. His platform is, I think, very straightforward and what we need to turn Illinois around. The other candidates are all decent. I'm a little perplexed by the Irvin entering into the race. I mean, I think he might have been better challenging Governor Pritzker in a primary. I'm not so sure that he's a Republican. I mean, that's part of my concern.
We're talking with State Representative Dan Caulkins here on the WMAY morning news feed. I imagine that this is going to be something discussed practically every day between now and the June primary. But regardless of who gets the nomination for the Republicans, what is the most important, or what are the most important issues that you think Republicans need to highlight heading into November?
Well, the issues are, I think, are very clear. Public safety is at the top of the list. People aren't safe. This Safety Act that the Democrats ran through at the dead of the night, January 2020, I believe, has created mayhem on the streets all up and down the state. I mean, it's not just in Chicago; it's everywhere now. Criminals know that it's coming, and they're not going to be held accountable. Uh, Judges and lawyers know it's coming, and they're having, I mean, it's already happening. I think, even though some of this isn't supposed to be implemented for another year or two. So public safety is a big issue of schools, education, kids not getting to go to school, the quality of education they're getting. You know, it's really, really hard on families when their kids can't go to school, and the workplace, it creates that. It's really hard on working families when their kids are out of school. It's hard on the kids. Wearing masks in school, I think, has created a lot of social issues and learning issues. So there's two big problems that are going to probably be addressed every day from now to November.
Now, 648 on the WMAY morning news feed. We're talking with State Representative Dan Caulkins. The governor is going to be holding a news conference this afternoon about COVID-19. Not sure what he's going to be discussing. It's possible he could be talking about the therapies from Pfizer and Merck that are being sent out to pharmacies and long-term care facilities and other healthcare settings all throughout the state. We're talking thousands of doses here. So that could be a positive development. But, Representative, we're seeing other states reveal a lot of different things, everything from the amount of unemployment fraud that they've had in their states to the undercounting of people who've passed away from COVID-19 in long-term care facilities. We've seen that in New York and Michigan and some other indications of different types of ways to look at the COVID-19 data. What do you want to see happen here? You're from the long-term care facility industry. Should we have and be holding public hearings, delving into all of this data, better understanding of what happened here?
We tried. I mean, we go back to the veterans home, to all the deaths that occurred, needlessly. I think the governor's administration appointed a person that really didn't know anything about running a nursing home, to oversee the veterans homes in Illinois, and we lost 28 people in one home. They don't want to talk about what's real. They don't want to talk about the science. We've talked to Dr. Ezike over and over again and asked her to present data. You can't trust what's coming out of this administration. It's all politicized. It's interesting. You talk about the governor and these new drugs that are coming out, and he's actually, prohibited people being given drugs that have been proven effective in other states and other countries. We're treating a virus, but we're not treating it with everything we have. It's either take the shot or nothing, and I think that's going to be an issue that we talk about, in November.
Well, and can we wait till November? I mean, I don't.
We'll
it's been 2 years here. Leading up to it. Of course, I imagine that's going to be part of the politics here of the gubernatorial race. But you guys are scheduled to be in session through April. Should there not be some hearings with the Department of Public Health coming forward with stats that they have and audits of death certificates or things along those lines, or looking at the science about kids in masks in schools and what is the real science there, or some of these other mandates that are tied up in the courts right now but are still in place?
Yes. No, I mean, you're preaching to the choir. Our caucus in the House and the Senate have asked for all of those things and completely rebuffed. The Democrat majority in the House and the Senate have no interest in crossing the governor. He's their piggy bank, so to speak, sugar daddy. And, so we don't go back to Springfield. We have you know, we don't, they don't want to know, or they're afraid to know, or they're being told, don't worry about it. You're going to, we're going to take care of your reelection campaign. It's a terrible thing to have to sit here and watch. I tell you, it's very disheartening, because I think the public deserves to know, and I think this administration has let Illinois down, and it's the way that it's treated COVID.
State Representative Dan Caulkins, greatly appreciate your time on the WMAY Morning News feed, and we'll likely connect again soon. All right, be safe out there.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
You too. It's now 6:52, and let's take a look at